Okay, we're back in Missouri, so we're going to get back to training in this yard. He needs to do more field trips. We're going to be doing that more and more. I need to do field trips with Maggie. I want to do NW1 with her, and she's got some significant issues with surfaces and strangers and things like that we need to work through. So we need to go out and do some field trips to Tractor Supply and things like that, do obedience. Both of these guys need it, so they're probably going to each get an afternoon session of that. We're transitioning, well, not transitioning, this is, in my opinion, the way it should be. Food is used to teach new skills, and food is used as distractions, as opposed to using food as continuous maintenance for skills the dog already knows. Continuously giving food for every sit the dog does. I think, you know, in a way there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just, to me, it's a waste of food when you should be using it to teach new behaviors and then maintain known behaviors with pressure and punishment. That seems to be the best mix to getting a well-rounded, calm dog. We're going to be using our treats for today for an emergency sit. A lot of people want an emergency recall, but I think an emergency stop is way more useful, and you can have both. But I think the emergency stop should take priority and should be taught first. So we're going to do a little bit of that today because I was noticing that he could use a little bit more work on his sit when he isn't expecting it. As usual, I'm going to start with my warm-up of yes and no, and then we'll get right into some here, heel, sit drill, back and forth, and then we'll go to teaching with his breakfast. Working on setting him to crate at a distance. Eventually we'll work on backup. Maybe we'll work on backup a little bit today and that emergency stop. So let's get right to it. Yeah, good boy. Atta boy. Come on. Atta boy. It's right over there. It's right over there. It's right over there. It's right here. It's right here. No. Yes, good job. His no is coming along really well. He developed a kind of an auto no real quick, quicker than I expected him to, because I expected him to be honestly a little bit more strong-willed than he's been. So I'm quite pleased with that, and I kind of need to back off on that and get him more freely chasing so that we can continue to use this as a distraction. Okay, that's enough of that. I need to save the rest for emergency stop. Let's get right into our pressure drills. Sit. Here. Let's go. Sit. If I let out a big sigh, he thinks I'm going to recall him. Sit. Oh, you don't like waiting? It's boring, is it? Sit. Here. Let's go. I'm trying to do more on my right side. His mom wants me to focus on his right side because of strength in her right and left arm difference. The other thing is, she mentioned that they use the words let's go for healing and get in for the position. That's a lot of words in my mind, so I'm just, and you can always add those words in later, it won't hurt anything, but I'm gonna stick to let's go because they mean the same thing. If the position when I'm not moving and the position when I am moving are the same. And again, I know that's the way a lot of people teach for competition, but I'm teaching life for him right now, and I could use the word heal or anything you want, but I don't think it'll be hard to transition this to whatever words you want to use later. If you want to add more words, that's easy, but trying to get clarity and what word is reliability of a few words, I think that's more important with a young dog. Let's get some real clarity and reliability on a few keywords, and then we can add more to that and add more precision. You don't like it when I sigh. That's so funny. Sit. Here, let's go. Sit. 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 Good. Sit. 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 You're gonna let me walk around you. You're going to. You're going to. Sit. Good. Sit. That's it. Sit. Good job. Yeah, that was new for him. He's gonna get a treat for that. That was hard, I know. Sit. Maybe we should try it with a crate. Let me try farther away. Sit. 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 It's hard for you. Sit. 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 That was much better. Sit. 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 Much better. Sit. Sit. You're almost there. I can feel it. Sit. Yes, good job. Free. There's a few tricks that I have that I could have used to help him learn that faster, but I wanted him to learn through the pressure. I'll show you some of those tricks in a moment, but so part of the reason I didn't want to stop using the pressure is because the way his brain was working was every time he gets around behind me, I feel pressure. He doesn't know that it's because I'm breaking the sit. He thinks maybe it's because he's getting behind him. So his solution is, I'll jump out of the way so that he can't get behind me, and then I won't get pressure. And so I want him to learn, no, like figure out what the pressure really means. Use your brain, use your one brain cell named Kevin. I learned that his brain cell was named Kevin from his mom. Yeah, you can do it, and then let me get all the way around you. I'm gonna do one more the other direction, and then we're gonna use some tricks and make it easier. Sit. So it's just basically, I'm gonna be clear. As soon as you move your butt, you get some pressure. As long as you're not moving your butt, you don't get pressure. And he learned. Yes, good job. Good job. Okay, trick number one. Is to use a target for him to fixate on other than me. So it'll look like this. Actually, I'll move the bowl a little closer so you can see better. Sit. So he's got a target now to focus on. And so now if he breaks, he's not going to turn and face me, he's going to go to the bowl. And that's a little easier. If he does feel pressure, he knows it's for going to the bowl. Sit. Oh, not making it easier right now. Sit. Yes. I can also use this opportunity as I get around him. If he stays focused on the bowl, just release him to the bowl so that he knows he could be released at any point. Trick number two. This is probably the most commonly used one. Is to use a platform. A foot target instead of a visual target. Great. Sit. So now for him to get up, it takes a little bit more work. Sit. Sit. Good. Yes, good job. That method is particularly useful for dogs who aren't just pivoting to look at you, but are actually breaking their sit and following you. That's where a platform really shines. Whereas the dog who's pivoting, looking at you, using the visual target is a better method. So, That's good for the pressure session. Let's go ahead and move to going to his crate from a distance. Crate. No. Crate. Good, sit. Yes. Good job. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Crate. No, crate. Sit. Yes. I think he thinks that crate is too small for him. Which it is if it were a real crate. But as a platform, he can make it in there just fine. Okay, I think we'll do 2 more of these and then we'll do emergency sit or emergency stop. Hey, hey, hey. Crate. Sit. Yes, that was good. Crate. You can do it. Crate. You know the one we've been using this whole time? There you go. Yeah, good. Crate. Crate. Sit. Very cute. I'd like you to sit. Thank you. Yes. Good job. Oh, I have enough for 1 more. I'm going to get the food out of my pointing hand and put the leash in it so I can help him if he has trouble. Crate. Good. Sit. Yes. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so emergency sit is pretty simple. All I want him to know is that when I give him the signal, which will be sit, that I'm going to throw a treat at him. That's all I want him to think. Or that I'm going to throw a treat anywhere. Because some of those treats I'm going to throw at him, and some of the treats I'm going to throw away to get him farther from me. Hey. Yes. So here we go. Sit. 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 Now I'm doing a very particular movement like throwing darts. Sit. Good. Now he's stopping. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yeah, so I've got an emergency stop now. Sit. Yes. All I need to do is insist that he actually sits and I've got an emergency sit. Do it a little bit more though. Hey, sit. Yes. Now let's go ahead and insist on that behavior now. Sit. Sit. Yes. Good job. Good. Sit. Yes. Good job. Wow. Sit. 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 Yes. Good job. Good boy. Sit. Yes. Good job. Okay, he's starting to blow through, so I got to throw a few at him. Sit. That was a good stop. Sit. I was going to throw it, and then he actually stopped. Nothing wrong with you going to him to help him sit. Yes, good job. So that's the beginnings of it. The more you throw, the more impulsive it'll be. The bigger dramatic acting like you're going to throw is how you get him to push through a little bit. If he's got too much momentum, you don't think he's going to stop. Throw it more than you withhold it. You'll get better results that way, especially if your timing's not great. Most people, the problem they have is they do kind of a wimpy motion and they never throw the treat, so the dog just walks right through the signal. If the dog thinks, oh, they're going to throw it, they will jerk back into a stop, and that's kind of what we're aiming for. We can transition that to a whistle, which is what I would do if you were being trained for hunting. But other than that, I think every dog should have a whistle sit where they, or a emergency sit where you can say sit no matter where they are. They immediately plop their butt on the ground and look at you. It can easily save a dog sometime. Are you thirsty? I know there's a little ice in there. Do you just want the ice or are you thirsty? Let me check. There you go. There's the ice here. You like ice? I can't tell if you're thirsty or just want to chew on the ice. Maybe both? Okay, let's go get some real water in the house.